Thank you very much. Coach Paul, our volunteer supervisor today, he is the ACC accredited coach ICF. He also NLP master coach and trainer. And he is certified in delivering Hogan assessment. He experienced 20 years of the corporate experiences in sales and regional general management roles, an executive coach and facilitator in leadership development. Fun fact about him, he a yoga lover, and he also turned himself to be the yoga and breathwork certified instruction. That's amazing. So also, Nong Proi, please introduce yourself a little bit.
Hi everyone, my name is Ploy Shanikan Sukman. I'm an agile coach. I work for a software company called Rentspree, and I'm here to support everyone in this event.
Thank you very much. And we also have the event director today join us to Coach Apirak and partnership committee Coach Pet together. So I would like to invite Coach Atip on the stage so that we can learn together now.
สวัสดีครับสวัสดีครับ everyone yeah good afternoon how is everyone good I think everyone is good yeah that's great yeah so without further ado let me start our session yeah let me share my slide do you see can you see my slide
Yes.
okay with the red dot right the pointer okay so today we will do the demonstration and also decoding but before we are doing the demo right I like to debrief about the what is coaching supervision and also some key frameworks and models that we use in coaching supervision just for the sake of the audience or the participants who did not attend my first episode in on April 4th on April 4th last month so you get to understand about the theories behind the coaching supervision before we starting the demo. This coach Hong Yok already introduced me so the reason why we have this right as I mentioned since the EP1 I got some feedback from the participants that they are not still not 100% clear or understand about how to do coaching supervision in action in practice some they might got the theories the frameworks already but not the supervision practice that's why this is the objective of this session to demonstrate the real coaching supervision in practice and this session will also serve as a stage for participants to ask many more questions about coaching supervision in order to get a better understanding in more and specific details so what we will cover right this afternoon I will do the debriefing on the models around 20 minutes and then we will have a mindful breaks mindfulness break for 3 minutes for us all right to regain our presence before we starting the demo and then I will start the demo with Coach Paul thank you for his volunteer and also after that I will also do the decoding or deconstructing my supervision demo like what I did and why I did that something like that for you to have a better understanding and last but not least we will have Q&A from all participants this will be the open floor for around 15 minutes okay any questions if not I will go into the theory part the models and framework but before that I like to start off with Carl Jung right I think most or almost everyone know about him right Carl Jung he is a Swiss psychiatrist known for developing analytical psychology. Yeah. This is his quote. Yeah. I love this quote a lot. Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate. Yeah. Do you agree? Yeah. So coaching supervision helps make the unconscious conscious. Yeah. That's why it's called reflective practice. Yeah. This is a very short and concise definition of coaching supervision, you know. It makes the unconscious conscious. Yeah. So what is coaching supervision? In my episode 1, right, I brought a lot of definitions from, you know, ICF, right, from EMCC, from AC, right, the associations in coaching, the 3 main bodies, right, coaching bodies. And what I got from the feedback is maybe too much, and you know, some participants got confused. Yeah, so that's why I would like to sum up, right, and condense it into my own definition. Yeah, for you all to better understand it. Yeah. So in my own definition, right, coaching supervision is a reflective practice happening between a supervisor and supervisees. Yeah, could be supervisee, right, one-on-one, or supervisees is a group supervision. Yeah, same as group coaching or team coaching. Yeah, we can do supervision in group and team group as well. Yeah, again, yeah, coaching supervision is a reflective practice happening between supervisor and supervisee that involves 3 functions. That is formative, normative, and restorative. Yeah. You can see on the left-hand side, right? The formative, we see a person as a coach. Yeah. The objective of this function is to develop the skills and effectiveness of the coach. Yeah. This also includes the competencies as well. Yeah. It includes the coach competencies. Yeah. And then the normative function, we see coach as a professional. Yeah. That's why coach needs to have ethics and standards, right? Yeah. And the last function, restorative. We see coach as a person. Yeah. What do I mean by that? Coach as a person, because coach can have feelings, emotion, right? Can have happiness, right? And well-being too. So this function, we will focus on the coach feelings and emotion. Yeah. So that's why this is involved these 3 functions, you know, the formative, normative, and restorative. Yeah. Okay. I hope you're clear about the definition and the function of supervision. Then we move on to the models. Yeah. This is called Heron 6 model that I will use in my supervision demo also. Yeah. It differentiates into 2 main approach: authoritative, yeah, and facilitative. Authoritative has 3 interventions under it, which call prescriptive, informative, and confronting. Prescriptive is like a seek to direct the behavior of the client. Yeah, this supervisor can suggest, advise, or recommend the supervisee. Yeah, and then informative, supervisor can impart their knowledge, information, and meaning, yeah, to the supervisee. Confronting, seek to raise the supervisee's consciousness about their limiting attitude or limiting beliefs, behavior, which they may be unaware of. Yeah. Okay. Then we move to facilitative approach. There are also 3 under this, as you can see in purple. Cathartic. Yeah. Cathartic means heart. Yeah. So it involves feeling. Yeah. This is to release the strong emotion like grief, fear, or anger of the supervisee. Yeah. And catalytic. Yeah. Catalytic seek to elicit self-discovery, self-directed living, learning, problem solving. This is actually coaching. Yeah. This is the coaching intervention. And last one, supportive. Yeah. Supportive is the supervisor seek to affirm the worth and value of the supervisees, right? Qualities, attitudes, and actions. Yeah. Okay, this is called Heron 6 model. The interventions that supervisors usually use in their supervision. Yeah. And then this comes to the, I call it the hero model for supervision. Yeah. It is the 7I model of supervision developed by Peter Hawkins. Yeah. For me, right, the way to remember it more easily. Yeah, I remember like this. There are 7 eyes serve as a lens, you know, like a lens. Yeah, like this one, right, that you use, supervisor use to look at the coaching case. Yeah. I1 is the client. Yeah. And then I4 is the coach. I6, you see the pointer, right? The red pointer. I6 is the supervisor. Yeah. And then I fill in later on I2. This is the coach intervention. Yeah, the intervention of the coach that they use in their coaching. Then I3, the coach-client relationship. And then I5, coach-supervisor relationship. Right? And then 6A, the fantasy supervisor-client relationship. Yeah, this is my favorite also, the 6A. Then you will see how I use it. Yeah. And then last one, the last I7, the system. Yeah. We see all this, right, as a system. Yeah. You can see that this, right, this oval is the coach client system. And this black dotted line is the coach supervisor system, right? And all this we call the system. Yeah. So when we use the system I, it's like we are taking the bird's eye view or the helicopter view. Yeah. To look down onto the system, right? Look onto the client, the intervention of the coach-client relationship, the coach himself, the coach-supervisor relationship, the supervisor, and also the fantasy supervisor-client relationship. Okay. And next model is called the clear model. Yeah. C stands for contract, L listen, E explore, A action, R review or reflect. Yeah. This is the framework that supervisor use as a, you know, big framework to frame their supervision session. Yeah. Okay. Next. Yeah. I use like I integrate them all together, right? All these 4 key models. Yeah. There are many ways, you know, up to the supervisors to do their supervision practice. But this is my way, you know, one possible way, and this is my way of doing. Yeah. I use the clear model, yeah, as the starting framework in order to frame my supervision session. And then I categorize the topic of the supervisees, right, that they brought into the session into the 3 functions of supervision. Yeah. Which function is it? Yeah. After that, right, after I define the function, I go to the 7I model to explore with the supervisee. Yeah. From I1 to I7. While exploring, the supervisor, right, can pick and choose the type of interventions, right, from Heron 6 here. Yeah. To use in their supervision practice. Yeah, we don't need to use them all 6, you know. It depends on the topic, the context, right? Some session we might use 3, might use 4, might use 5, or might use all 6. Yeah, it depends on the context, yeah, of the session. And then I will close the session with action and review step from the clear model. Yeah. So this is how I use the 4 key models in supervision in my practice. Okay. Any questions? Yeah. Before we go to the mindfulness break. I think we still have, we have maybe 2 or 3 minutes for question.
If anyone have any question, you can unmute yourself to ask directly Coach Atip. For the coaching supervision today, we recap about 20 minutes. So we learn again how coaching supervision practice is covered with the 3 functions of the coaching supervision that we ICF coaches experience all of practice, but sometimes we have unconsciousness during our coaching session. So that's why supervisor have the benefits for us as a coach, and they will have the all model to help us very clear after we got some dilemma about the core competency, about the coach of ethic, or anything that we may experience in the real case. So coach supervision will help us more clear with the clear model. So if anyone don't have any further questions, we will take a break for 3 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. So let's take around 3 minutes break, before we starting the demo.
Yeah, we will come back in about 1:26.
Okay, see you.
So now you may have some drink, go to the toilet, and then we will have 100% during the coaching demo supervision, about 30 minutes. How are you feeling, Coach Paul, now as a volunteer? Great. Thank you for your volunteer so that everyone can learn from your case, from the real case from Coach Paul. Okay, are you ready, everyone, to witness the supervision coaching demo with your own eyes? Yeah, thank you very much for the emoji. Everyone can put some emoji that to show us how you ready for learning together in this session. Okay, we will highlight Coach Atip and Coach Paul in the session, and please, everyone at this session right now, please turn off your camera and don't go anywhere. Just turn off the camera and look at the demo session right now. Back to Coach Atip.
Thank you. Can you spotlight Paul and me?
Yeah, you have been spotlighted.
Oh, now I still see Coach Apira. I still can see Coach Apira on my screen.
Can you select view and click on speaker
Yeah, speaker already.
or click on hide non-video participants?
Okay. But yeah, I still see Coach Apira's profile picture here.
Let me re-pin you again.
Thank you, Coach Ong, for letting us know the spotlight is okay. It is okay right now, Coach Atip?
No, I still see Coach Apira and Paul and me very small, picture.
Oh, can you
Can
push this?
you click on Coach Apira and then click unpin?
Yeah. Because now Coach Apira on the spotlight.
Coach Atip, I think it's
According to my screen.
yeah, I think it's on your end. So if you click the three dot on Coach Apira, then you remove the pin. You can pretty much
Three dot.
yeah.
Coach Ploy, try to remove the spotlight. Coach Paul first and redo it again.
Yeah, I remove all spotlight now.
Okay, let me try to re-spotlight you again.
The audience says it's okay now for the spotlight.
Oh, you have to remove the spotlight for Paul Masat.
Does it work now?
Is this work for you, Coach Atip?
For me, I still see the Coach Apira. Yeah, don't know why. Remove the pin, right? Okay, now I see Paul, but only Paul, not me along with him.
Okay, let me try to spotlight again. Works now?
Now, yeah, perfect.
Oh.
Thank you very
Okay.
much.
Thank you so much, Coach Ploy. Okay, without further ado, yeah, I'd like to thank Paul for volunteering to be my supervisor for today's session. Thank you so much, Paul. And before we begin, right, please be mindful of the confidentiality of yourself, yourself and also your client. Maybe don't mention his or her name, in this session because we have a lot of participants, in our demo session.
Yes.
Just be mindful on that.
And
Other than that,
go ahead, Coach Atip.
Other than that, we can begin if you are ready.
Okay, just to remind that anyone no chatting, no message in the chat box.
Okay. Okay, Paul, how are you?
Good.
Yeah. So what will you bring? What coaching case will you bring to our supervision today that may add value to you as a coach?
Yeah. So I have this client that I've been coaching since 5 months already. That we've had maybe 7 or 8 sessions. He's very self-aware. Discussions are very dynamic. It's we go very deep. So I'm happy about that. And so actually on the second session, his main issue is he's being promoted to a very high position, and he's actually very stressed about it. Very stressed. And so we work on overcoming this this stress. And on the second session, he comes up and he says he has a big insight, and says, okay, now I'm going to tell you something that I've never told anyone, and which is the fundamental break of my whole life. And he says something, and then he just, you know, brightens up and he says it's liberating, it's energizing, it's wonderful. And then he says it's great. And then we'll continue to the other sessions, and then he goes back into stress. I have this worry, I have this stress, I don't know how to do this, etc. And then that insight that he had on the second session comes back at some point, but very late in the session. And then again, I mean, it's 3-4 sessions, the same stress stories comes back, and at the end he says, you know, I only can remember this belief that I have only when I'm with you. and I feel like, oh my God, I feel frustration. I don't know how I can help him, or what I can do to make him grow, to make the learning sustainable, so that he doesn't need me, which is great. He said, you know, the solution now is I'm going to see how I'm going to engage you for another 3 months. And then this is not the solution. And so I feel a bit of frustration. And the last session, I was actually a bit afraid that we go again to this cycle of I'm stressed, I'm worried, let's talk about the worry. And then I don't want to remind him again, okay, remember what you said before? I just want him to be autonomous, to be able to recall those skills or those beliefs that is helping him. So yeah, that's the case.
Oh, yeah, very interesting case. Yeah. So what would you expect to get out of our 30 minutes coaching supervision session together today?
You know, what are the attitudes, or what is what is maybe the attitudes that I should have in order to remove that frustration, and then I don't know, maybe some confirmation, or I don't know, some thought in my mind said, you know, he's accountable for what he's supposed to do. So so I just, yeah, through this session, I just want to remove a little bit of frustration, anxiety about this wonderful client that I have. But now he stresses me out.
Okay. From what I'm hearing, right, it's like this topic, right, or this coaching case will fit into the restorative function. It's about the feeling, right, the emotions of the coach. Yeah, that means
true, yeah.
Like you want to restore, right, your feeling, your happiness back.
Yeah. I really enjoy. I remember the first few sessions. I said, you know, when you coach people, there's a couple of clients just happy to be in session with them, and that was the case before. And then the last few sessions are like, oh my God, I feel stressed now. I don't know how to help him.
Oh, yeah. I also heard that, yeah, the last sentence you said, I don't know how to help him.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure from this session, do you want to know how to help him as well?
It's not about that. Do I need to help him? The question, do I need to help him? I just want to be clear on that. Is it in the back of my mind, is it because of my coaching process and skills, or is it because he's, you know, he needs to continue learning, and that's normal? So that's maybe the doubt that I want to clarify. Is it me or him, or maybe both?
Yeah, so this interesting, yeah. To me, you know, then we explore, right, down the path together. But it seems to me like you have the your topic fit under the restorative function, right?
Yeah.
And perhaps might fit into the formative function also.
Yeah, true. Yes. Yeah. As well. Yes.
The coach effectiveness.
Exactly.
Something.
Yes.
So let's explore, further. So let me recap again what you would really like to get out of this session together, right? You would like to get, the feeling, right? The feeling back. Yeah.
Yes.
Like, remove the doubt, right? The frustration, the anxiety that you mentioned, right?
Correct.
Yeah. From this coaching case.
Yes.
Okay. So what would the outcome of our session would be like, that you can say that, oh, I walk out of this session, I already get what I want?
Well, if I just think of the next session, which is next Monday, and I feel like suddenly I feel like I'm just happy to go into that session. That would be like the goal, the outcome. Just the feeling of getting into that session and say, I'm happy to go there. Well, today I feel like stress or frustration.
Oh, okay. Stress or frustration. Yeah, that's good. That's good. So I like to invite you to explore, about first maybe your client. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's he like, or how's he like during the time in the coaching session with you?
He's very reflective. Sometimes he asks the question for me. Sometimes it's just, okay, now that I said that, I know what is the next question. And so he asks himself. So he's very self-reflective. He's very quick and okay, this happens and then that happens. And then, oh, I see that. So we can go very deep into his self-awareness. He's very reflective. There's a lot of silence. He's looking up. So he's he's very open to me. I feel like he's very open. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And seem like he's very smart, right? Smart guy as well.
Very smart. Yeah. Yeah, very smart.
Self-reflective.
Yeah.
And how is his belief or perception?
Belief about what? Sorry.
I mean his worldview, in general. Worldview.
He has this underlying belief that how can I say that? Well, in his own words, suffering is part of the process for personal growth and for enlightenment. Okay, so that's his view of the world. That if I suffer, if I stress, that's good actually, because it helps me grow. So this is his view of the world.
Yeah, and can you expand on his issue again, that he came to you for your coaching, right?
Yeah.
He got. I heard that you said that he got the aha moment, right, or insight.
Yeah.
Right, at the second session with you.
Yes.
But after that, right, he still kept repeating the same frustration or unhappiness.
Yes.
Yeah. Can you elaborate on that?
So when I the second session he was not promoted yet. He was on the process, and so he was very stressed about that. And so we came to that belief, that statement that I just gave you, and he said that, and it was like really liberating. And he said in himself, it's liberating, and I feel just all the stress going away. So he really felt energized by this statement. And then the next session, he lost a big customer, and he was not happy about it. So he was stressed again. And then actually the day he was promoted, he was not celebrating. He got the promotion. He told me there was no smile, no celebration. He says, this is the start of hell. He said, this is the start of, I'm going to be going through 1 year of stress, and I'm very worried about it. Yeah.
Oh. So Paul, can you elaborate on his insight? Yeah, what was his insight that you said he got liberating? Yeah, what was his insight?
The insight is, if I'm stressed, if I suffer, if I don't match my KPI, I'm going to be suffering, and that's fine, because I think it's embedded into some religious belief that he has, that that suffering is part of is the process to grow. And so he says this, he assumes that I understand. Is the process to be unified in the universe. So it's, you know, it's embedded into the Hindu and Buddhist philosophy. So that is for him liberating.
For him, yeah, need to be liberating. He need to suffer, right?
Yes. Yeah. He needs to suffer. He says, if I suffer, then I'm grow. Then I'm closer to enlightenment. So I'm closer to be to enlightenment, basically. Yeah.
And what did you say to him when he said that? Yeah, when he shared his insight.
I want to keep my judgment because I don't want to say, because it looked like it was helpful. It looked like it was, he said it's liberating. I feel much more energy. I feel that I can move now. And so I didn't want to put any judgment on that. Okay. It's something that I understand. Because it's also a bit of my background. But I said, if you believe in that, that's perfectly fine. If you feel like you're liberated, I didn't try to judge anything about this belief. I just felt, okay, this is your belief. It feels right. Just go with it. Yeah.
But when he came back in the third session, right?
Yeah.
Seems like it backfire, right?
Yes.
Backfire, right?
Yeah.
Do you think it because of this belief?
No, because when we go into the discussion and we talk about the fear and then kind of by himself through the questioning, through other processes, actually, he goes back to say, oh, and I remember suffering is part of the process to enlightenment. And then suddenly it's like the end of the session. I don't need to do anything else. It's just, okay, my worry is gone. Okay, I know what to do. Yeah, I know how to feel now. And he feels empowered after that. And then again, the next session is the same. We go into, so the last time was, yeah, he was promoted and he said, oh, I don't feel, I want to hide. I want to, he's been promoted and he said, I want to hide. And then we go through and then he talks about everything, the worry, and then he comes back to, maybe I pushed a little bit and said, you remember what we talked about, your beliefs and what is important, your values? And he said, yes. And then he rephrases it in a different way, and then the stress goes away. Yeah, he said, okay, I see now. I see what I should be acting, how I should be feeling about this promotion now. So it's much more positive. But again, he said, I don't know why I can't remember outside of you know talking to you. And he says, there's no one else I can talk to. It's only you. And so only when I talk to you, I can relieve the stress.
So seem like he depend, right? He depend on you. He's dependable on you.
He feels like this, yes.
Yeah. And you may also mention, right, that he's not autonomous, right, with this going on.
This is what this is how I feel, that he just can't recall those. I mean, you know, as I said to you, how can you remember that? So we talked about, you know, journaling, rituals. During his meditation, he can say a mantra about it. So he actually, I don't know exactly if he's actually doing that. Maybe something I should ask him if he's actually doing that. But it doesn't come back naturally. He says it just doesn't come back naturally.
Yeah. So as a coach, right, what would you like to do about this for your client?
So first option is just acceptance. It's okay. Maybe he needs more time. So and I'll just continue. And so that's perfectly acceptable. So that's one option for me. Maybe that's the option. And so maybe I'm looking for some magic wand, some magic skills or magic question that he would suddenly remember everything when he needs it. But I haven't found that magical wand yet. So maybe it just, this is how it is. He needs more time. I mean, I think I'm when I coach, I want effectiveness. You know, I maybe with my background, I just want people to change and sustain the change. I just want effectiveness, but maybe he needs more time. So maybe he needs another 2 months or 3 months. So that's maybe, yeah, maybe this is just it. Maybe it's just me trying to put some attachment to his results ahead of him. Maybe he needs more time. Simple as that.
Yeah. And what intervention that you use with him, you know, during your coaching for those 5 months?
I don't know what name of interventions.
I mean, yeah. How did you coach him? Yeah. You can say.
Yeah, it's really about mindset. It's really about, you know, identifying the fear, identifying because he's very logical, he's very intellectual, and so identifying emotions, even the bodily feeling of the emotions, we work a lot on that. And we work on his identity, on his values. What we work on what he wants to be, okay, how he wants to show up, that would align with his values. So this is the work that we've been doing.
So was he satisfied with what he got from your coaching?
Yeah, he's very happy with. Yeah, he said it himself. He's really these conversations is very insightful for him. And actually, we came to the end. We had only 5 sessions planned, and we came to the end, and he said, "How can I continue?" So we gotta find. We had to find ways to continue, and he still we like maybe the number 8. He still wants to continue. So he's very happy. Yeah, I mean, he said himself, our conversation is helping him. Yeah.
So can you describe your relationship, yeah, with your client, with him? What kind of relationship, you know? It's like he look up to you as, you know,
yes.
father figure or mother
True.
figure or something.
He looks up to me. Yeah, that's kind of something that I feel. He looks up to me.
Yeah, that's why he's dependent, right? Depending on you.
Yeah. And and he said that once. I remember he said, you know, so he said, I'm going to tell you something that I've never tell anyone, even my wife. So, okay, oh my God, what is that? And he said, because I know from your experience that you will understand. And so, okay, tell me. That's fine. So there's this, yeah, that is true that it's this, and sort of feeling that, you know, Paul, you've gone through this, you've gone through my stress, you've gone through my experience, you might be able to understand and help me. So it's it's a big, even though he's not asking for advice, but it's true that I feel that he's looking up to me. Yeah. And I remember he was in Bangkok, and he desperately wanted to meet me face to face, not just for coffee. Yeah. So he wants to get, you know, just so it's not purely, it's become, maybe he's trying to move it into more than a coachy conversation. He wants to learn more about me. So that's why he said, oh, what do you want to meet? And I said, no, just discuss and want to know about your experience, and I want to share with you about, you know, your life philosophy, etc. So there's this feeling. Yeah, true.
Yeah, but you said you want him to be autonomous, right?
Yes. That's the problem.
So, yeah. So what can you do to make him autonomous? Because I'm listening to you, right?
Yeah.
When he's not autonomous, right? You feel frustrated, right, in yourself.
Yes.
Because you would like, right? You would really love him to be autonomous.
Right.
Not so depending on you.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what are you gonna do about that? To make him more autonomous?
Well, I just need to tell him first. Maybe share that feeling to him. I don't think I ever shared that, you know, you can't depend on me. You gotta be autonomous. I think that's the first thing that I should do. You know, to clarify. Yeah. just clarify. It's not an expectation. I don't want to feel like it's an expectation, but it's the feeling that I have in our relationship as a coach and coachee. I want to share a feeling that I have and just hear what he has to say. And maybe I don't know what he's going to say. I have no idea, but I'll remain open. Yeah, but I think the discussion on, I think sharing of, I don't know if, sharing that, I feel that we need to move on and that he needs to be able to be autonomous. This is something I need to bring up.
Yeah, I think that's great insight, Paul. Yeah, because right, as in ICF, right, competencies as well is evoke awareness, right? Number 7, and the subset, right? The sub competency under that also I think has about direct communication.
Right.
Yeah, direct communication. This is the one that I love. Yeah, I really love it. For me, right, from my own experience, I almost always, use direct communication with my coachee as well. To let them know, right, share our my perspective, to let them know what's going on, and what I would like, to happen.
No, I see, because I have in the back of my mind say, okay, as a coach, you shouldn't let your feelings interfere into the relationship. And so but this is now getting into the way, so maybe I should share something but without disturbing. I think for the efficiency, for his to further serve him, I think I should share that.
Yeah, and you also said that he, right, look up to you, right?
Yeah.
Like you are, like I said, you are a mother or father figure, right?
Yeah.
Looks up to you, and he got a big trust in you.
Yeah.
So if you share, right, wholeheartedly with him, right, use direct communication. With
Sure.
him. I think there shouldn't be any relationship problem between you and him. So what do you think?
You're right that we I try to I realize that I should get more actionable questions, or I should get over the control of the relationship, which I think I'm letting go, okay, whatever he wants in types of relationship, just let it be. But maybe I should not maybe, I should get back on track, okay, or in a more helpful relationship where it's where I can challenge him more, so it's not up and down. So I need to reset the type of relationship and discuss about this with him. I will.
Yeah. So from what I'm hearing from you is that you will be more proactive, right? Or more intentional.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
More intentional with him in terms of sharing, right?
Yeah.
About the relationship between you and him.
Yes. I need to clarify this with him. Where do we go from here? So what changes do we make? Do we need to make so that the relationship is more efficient to your service?
So Paul, imagine if you do that, right, with him, right, on the station. What do you think would happen to him and to you?
Well, I would feel much more relaxed, that's for sure. And I've, whatever he says, I think we've built enough trust and confidence for us to be open about that. So I feel really fine opening this with him, clarifying things. I'm sure he's a very smart guy, so I feel he'll understand why I'm doing that. So yeah. I think there's a little bit of fear for me as always to kind of give some feedback which might hurt him. Like he's looking up to me, and so if I say don't look up to me, he might feel a bit of uncomfort, you know, discovering that he might doing something that is not serving him. So I need to get over that fear.
Yeah, so I'm being conscious of our time, right?
Yeah.
So I'd like to ask you to summarize,
Yeah.
what are your key insights that you got from our 30 minutes conversation?
So the first insight is for me is my attachment to the effectiveness of my coaching, which I need to let go. And the second insight is to be open about the type of relationship that we have, so that it's I think it's healthy, but it could be more effective. And open up, you know, saying, you know, have that conversation and say, I feel that you're not autonomous, that you should, you know, this sharing about that you cannot depend on me. And we got to find ways that you don't depend on me.
Yeah, I think, it's great insight.
Yeah.
And how can you translate these insights into action steps for you?
Well, next Monday is the next session, so I'll just talk about it. I think that's the first thing I want to, I'll share that right away with him if he agrees, unless he has other hot topics to share. But it's next Monday as we open, I'll just share that with him. I'll just open the discussions on this.
Yeah, great. I think, great. So Paul, I think we come to almost at the end of our session.
Yeah.
What would you like to share or reflect on our session together up to now?
I guess I didn't realize that I never thought about this way, and that's a new perspective for me, that relationship between a coach and a coachee, and how it can affect the effectiveness of the coaching. And it's and you know, I see the difference between the different relationship that I can have, which is something that I never actually realized. Because you might be like mentor, you might they might look at you, okay, it's 1 hour per week or 1 hour per month. It doesn't really matter. Some people are really attached to you. Some people again look up to you. Some people are just another coach. So there's different relationship, and for me as well, I feel there's different attachment. You know, there are coaches that I like to be with, and others like I'll just do what I need to be supposed to do. So I think the relationship from my side and from the coaching side, I think it's something that I never really realized how it could affect my feelings into it.
Yeah, and you mentioned, right, in the beginning of our session that you want to remove the frustration, right, or anxiety that you got. So how about that now?
Oh, I really look forward to our next Monday session now. I just feel like, okay, I just want to call him right away and say, let's talk about it almost, which I can't. But I'm looking forward for our next session and see how we can put things on the table and then move forward. So maybe he's feeling also a little bit of strain in what we're doing, and so maybe open up on, okay, where are we now in our coaching journey? So I really look forward to that now.
Wow, great. Thank you so much, Paul.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations. Okay, maybe we can invite Coach Hong Yok coming up.
Hello,
and,
everyone.
And participants as well.
Thank you very much, Coach Atip, for this amazing demo for us so that we can know that what the supervision session looks like. And we also thank you, Coach Paul, for your openness and authenticity for us to learn. And for coaches and participants, I know that you witness that, oh, it's familiar like me. Oh, what maybe you're not conscious about that, just thinking what the structure, the process that Coach Atip do is familiar, like a coaching session. What are the differences? What are the familiar? Coach Atip will decoding for us in 15 minutes ahead.
Okay, thank you, Coach Yong. Yeah. So let me decode or deconstruct my supervision demo just now with Paul. Yeah. As you can see, right? Maybe reflect, right? Reflect with me together. Yeah, reflect together, because coaching supervision is a reflective practice, right? Yeah. So we can reflect together. You can see that, right? At the beginning of the session, I started off with a clear model, right? If you remember. The clear model, CLEAR. Yeah. Clear model also belongs to, I think, Peter Hawkins. Yeah. And 7 Eyes model also. You see that I said, right, establish the contract with Paul, right? This is, if you notice, right, it's very similar to ICF, right? Competency number 3, right? That we establish and maintain agreement, right? It's very similar. Yeah. So this one I bring, yeah, it's kind of like I bring the establishing and maintaining agreement from the ICF competency into this clear model as well. Yeah, with the C. And then I listen, right? Listen with Paul, right? Listen and ask him about the topic, right? The coaching case that he would like to bring into our session today, right? And then I define the topic, right? His topic into the 3 functions of supervision, right? If you remember, I asked him, right, whether is it a restorative function, right? Yeah, sound like that to me. And Paul said yes, right? He confirmed, yeah, because it's about the coach feeling and emotion, right? He mentioned he's frustrated, he's anxious about this coaching case, right? Yeah. Because it keep repeating, right? Session after his second session onward. Yeah. So I define it into the restorative function. Why I need to define it? Yeah. For the coach, for Paul, and also for myself. Yeah. So we know the path or the direction that we will go, right? From this. I will go on different path if it's more like a formative function or it's more ethic, right? The normative functions. Yeah, if you attended my 4th April session, right, the EP1, you will see the example, right? Example I use in the workshop is that one is normative function, right? It's about ethics. Yeah, but this one is not. Yeah, this one is more like restorative. Yeah. So when we know which function, right, of the coaching case, that we can explore, yeah, on the right path, yeah, between me and Paul, yeah, together. After that, I use the 7I, right? 7I model. I asked Paul to explore about the I1, right? About his client. Yeah. You see, right? I spend a lot of time here on his client. While I'm working on I1, right? I still pull the lens, the I6A, the fantasy relationship, right? Between supervisor and his client, right? Between me and his client. Yeah. Right? While we exploring, working on I1, I pull the I6A into this equation as well. Yeah. I explore 6A at the same time. Imagine, right? I imagine myself, I'm the coach, I'm Paul, right? In any session with his client. Yeah. What would I think? What would I feel? What would I behave in those sessions? Something like that. Yeah. This is how I make use of the 6A. Yeah. And then you will hear that I also use the I2, right? I2 coach intervention, right? You remember my question to talk to Paul? I asked him, right, what is his intervention or how did he coach his client? Yeah, right. When he talked about, oh, I coach him mainly about the mindset, his beliefs, right? Yeah, all those. Yeah. And I also, after that, I work on I3, right? The relationship between Paul and his client. Yeah. Yeah. You will see that I spend a lot of time on I3 as well, his whole relationship with his client. Yeah, because I think this is the key. Yeah, this is the key to open the door to Paul's frustration. Yeah, to remove Paul's frustration. Yeah, yeah. That's why I spent a significant of time on this one, I1 and I3. Yeah, while doing the 6A in the back of my mind. Yeah. And I also, asked Paul about, at the same, after that, I also explore about Paul, right, as a coach, I4, yeah. While exploring this, I also explore Paul. That's why I asked him the question, right? Paul, you would like your client to be autonomous, right? To be self-dependable rather than depending on Paul himself, right? Yeah. That's why I mentioned about the mother figure, the father figure. Yeah. This is about exploring I4, the coach. Yeah. You see, I explore Paul. Yeah. And then I put them all together, you see. You don't need to work, I1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in order. Yeah, it doesn't have to be like that. You can jump, yeah. You can jump between the eyes, You see, I jump from I1 to I6A, right? And then jump back to I2, and then to I3 and I4, something like that, yeah. You don't need to go in the sequential order, yeah. Okay. And then, right, for almost towards the end of the session, right, I check about Paul's insight, right? I asked him about his insights. So I come back to the clear model again, right? On the action, yeah. I asked Paul about his insight, right? And then I asked, how are you gonna translate your insight into action steps? Yeah, to make the intangible into the tangible, right? Make the invisible into the visible, or make the unconscious, right? Conscious for Paul. Yeah. And then he said, right, next Monday, right, he's gonna meet his client, so he will apply those action steps with him. Yeah, something like that. And then last but not least, I check about the R, right, the clear model, the R. I asked Paul, Paul, would you like to do reflect or review on our session together? Yeah, what's your share on this? Yeah, and then he shared his, right, his thinking, his perception, his feeling on the session, yeah, that we had together for about 30 minutes. Yeah. So I would like to ask Paul, right, again. Yeah. So now after you hear my decoding or my deconstructing the session together, what comes up for you, or what would you like to share with the audience?
Just recapping what I said. It's just I think just recapping, I think the clear model where you actually go back to how the coaching sessions were, which is something that I've never done actually. Reflect just on that. It just provides some good insights. Just that. Yeah. Yeah, how did it go for me, and how did I feel after the session? It's something that I've never actually, yeah. So that's interesting. That thought process of doing that's very interesting. Something I've never spent time. When you finish a coaching session, you just go on with your life. So yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, that's why we call, coaching supervision is a reflective practice.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is the place where supervisee or the coach, right, come into the session with their supervisors. Yeah. To reflect on their sessions.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. So they can reflect on what they did well, right? What they need to enhance on. Yeah. Something like that. Yeah. So I would like to welcome the questions from the floor as well, from the participants. Yeah. Do you have any sharing questions or any insights, yeah, from witnessing the demo?
Yes, I have some question to Coach Atip.
Yeah,
Okay.
please.
I did participate your EP1 before. And at that time, when you show the 7I model, right? I understand that we are in the relationship with the number 4, 5, 6, which is between supervisor and the coach. But today is very good demonstration because you demonstrate all the 7 I's, which is very good and make me understand clearly about how to make it like in terms of relationship with the 3 parties, right? Coach, coachee, and supervisor. And my question is, when you are associate with the client, let's say you use like 6A, right?
Right.
You asking about the coach, the coachee, right? How you how to say, how you be aware of yourself that you are supervisor right now, not a coach, because it's easier for us to be fall into the coaching, the coach status, the coach function rather than the supervisor function, which is very risky. When I observe that, I feeling to myself, it's quite risky that I can fall into the coach roles, not the supervisor role. So my question, how do you be aware and distract yourself on that stage?
Yeah, thank you for very good question, Coach.
Yeah.
Coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is where the I7 comes in. Yeah. Because you mentioned, right, I126 just now, right?
Right.
But you left I7. Yeah, this is where the I7 comes in. As I mentioned earlier, right? If you hear, I take the bird, supervisor needs to take the bird's eye view or helicopter view. Yeah. Or someone might use the metaphor of the dance floor. Yeah. You as the supervisor, you stand on the balcony, right? Looking down on the dance floor between the coach and the coachee. Yeah. You see how they are dancing, maybe dancing, ballroom dancing, Latin dancing or something on the floor. Yeah. So you take this 7I view from the balcony. Yeah. So when you are on this, right, on this I7, yeah, you will see everything, right? You see the coachee, you see the coach, you see the interactions or the relationship, or I call it the psychodynamics, yeah, between them. Yeah. You see what's going on down there on the dance floor. Yeah. While you are yourself here, Yeah. Actually, you need to be on top of this balcony. Yeah? That's why I use the helicopter view. Yeah.
Okay.
There is another view. Yeah. They look on top of the supervisor also. Yeah. To see how the supervisor is doing in this session, in this supervision session. Yeah. You see, there are many eyes. Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I really appreciate the self-awareness, Self-awareness really important and critical for the one who's becoming the supervisor. Yeah. They need to be super self-awareness.
Okay.
Yeah. They need to have self-awareness more than being the coach,
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's mean like high mindfulness, mindful on that stage to distract ourselves, like looking from the third eye view on the scenario.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
And you have to detach yourself. Yeah. Detach yourself from the situation. Yeah.
Wow.
Because if you are involved in the situation, right, you might get I call it dirt. Yeah, the dirt.
Okay.
Or might get muddy.
Okay.
With the coach and coachee. Yeah.
Let's say that you can't stay in the same level as coach and coachee, but you stay in the upper level to see what happening in that session, right? Okay.
Perspective, in perspective. Yeah. Not in terms of the position or the rank.
Right.
Perspective.
Okay. That's interesting. Thank you, Coach Atip.
Thank you for the great question.
Yeah.
We also have the question in the chat from Coach Yapaka. Thank you for the demo, great learning. And the question is it necessary for a supervisor to identify or define what functions he heard from the case?
Yes, yes. Like I shared earlier, right? If you know that this coaching case or topic fall into the restorative function, right? You might go different way from formative or normative function. Yeah. This is for me personally. I don't know. I don't dare to say for other supervisors in the world or in the market. Yeah. I say for myself. Yeah. As I used to share with Coach Book also, right? When I'm the coach, I see myself as a coach designer. Yeah. I design my coaching session, with my coachee. Yeah. So now when I wear the hat of supervisor, yeah, I also design my supervision session. Yeah. How I design it on the spot and interactive, right? I don't pre-plan or conceptive my session, but I plan it. I design it interactively, as you witness, right? Yeah. I always design my session. Yeah, that's why I consider myself the coach designer. When I'm supervisor, I'm designer supervisor also. Yeah.
I just be curious that if the supervisee don't know anything about the supervision process structure like we did before, how the supervisee know what function do you use in the session, and before the supervision coaching, do you provide any information or prepare for the supervisee for his successful session?
Yeah, good question. Yes. For my own practice, right, I will debrief or brief all the theory and models of coaching supervision to the supervisee, before we have the first session together. Yeah. That way the supervisee, right, will understand about the theories, about the frameworks and the models behind coaching supervision. Yeah. Before we begin the practice together. Yeah.
How
I
many sessions?
We can do that before we start the first session. Yeah. For example, right, if I will start with Coach Hong Yok, right, we start with you next month. So this month, right, or 1 week or 2 weeks earlier, right, before that, I will ask you to come, with me, can be through the Zoom as well. And I show you, like I show the audience, right, maybe 20, 30 minutes of the theory of the frameworks. So the supervisor get to understand, before we start the real session.
That's really great. So we will be in the same page with the supervisor and supervisee. And thank you very much. And other question from Coach Yapaka, question number 2. Can the supervisor point out what might be the issue or problem and get a few options or suggestions?
Again, please.
Can the
I can ask for myself.
okay.
Yes.
Because as I know, most of the time the supervisor has more experience in coaching. Like let's say, this case for credential is a ACC, right? And Coach Atip as a supervisor is a PCC. So it means that coaching hour, you have far more than ACC person, right? So when you when in the session, when you know something from your experience that this might be the issue, can you point it out for the supervisee instead of doing something like coaching conversation to let him know by himself?
Yes, yes. If you think of the Heron 6 model, right, that I share, the 6 interventions, if you see, you reflect on my session, right, I also use the informative function as well, right? I share information with Coach Paul, and I also confront him also. I use the confronting also, right? in the session. Yeah, I use the confronting, I use the catalytic, right? I also use the, I think I use the prescriptive also. Yeah, I have suggestion, right? Also to Coach Paul as well. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the thing that supervisor can do. So point it
Right.
out and give advice based
Right.
on the coaching experience, something like that.
Yes,
Okay.
that's right. Yeah, this is
Thank
the,
you.
thank you. Very good question. Yeah, let me elaborate a little bit more. Yeah, this is the distinction between supervisor, between coach, supervisor, and coach. Yeah. For coach, right, they cannot use the prescriptive, right, intervention, because we, as the ICF coach, we cannot suggest, cannot recommend, cannot advise the coachee, right? But if you are supervisor, you wear the supervisor hat, you can, yeah, you can use the suggestion, advice, or recommend, yeah, the prescriptive intervention. Yeah, you can use the confronting intervention as well. Yeah.
Okay. And one more follow-up question regarding of my question number one. You said that because supervisor has their own style, right? And your style is that educate the supervisee first before the first session.
Right.
About the three functions of supervision. Is it the practice, like, I mean, the normal practice for other coach?
Supervisor.
Yes, coach supervisor, or it's just only you that choose this way to educate first?
Only me. Only me, yeah. Because I check with my cohort, right? The same students in this supervision diploma, right, from the UK. I asked them, they said they don't share the models or information with their supervisor, like me. Yeah. So it depends your what do you call? It depends on your favor. Yeah, on your favor. Yeah.
Thank you
But
so
for
much.
Yeah, but for me, I like to share the theories behind that, right? The frameworks behind that, because I want to educate my supervisor. Yeah, like Coach Hong Yok said, right? So me and my supervisor, we are on the same page, on the same page. Yeah, on the same page. Otherwise, we will be like this. Yeah. And then when I mention about the three functions, then they won't get it, right? The supervisor won't get it.
Okay,
Yeah.
thank you so much.
Yeah, my own style. Yeah. And I also like to share my style as well. Yeah. You know, when I coach, right? When I'm the coach, or even I'm the supervisor, I always think of myself as a reader. Yeah. I think of my coachee or my supervisor as a book. Yeah. So when I coach or when I supervise them, it's just like I'm reading a book. Yeah. So just now, right? Just like I was reading Paul. Yeah. Paul is a book for me. So I'm reading him. Yeah. Not only him, I'm also I was also reading his client. Yeah. His client is also a book for me. Yeah. Yeah. I consider myself as a reader. Yeah. Because I think I need to understand, you know. Yeah. I read to understand. So when I understand Paul, right, I also understand his client. That's why I can design my session, you know. This is the secret of the designer. If you don't understand, right, some coach or some supervisor say, no, you don't need to understand your supervisor. You don't need to understand your coachee if you are a coach. If you don't understand them, you cannot design. Yeah, you cannot be the designer. You cannot be a coaching designer. Yeah. Somebody might have argument about this, right? But this is my own style, my own way, yeah, of doing my practice. Why? This is where the empathy, yeah, this is where my empathy comes in to play. Yeah, I empathize with my supervisor, right? I empathize with Paul, and I also empathize his client. Yeah. Yeah. I read to understand, so I have empathy. When I have empathy, I can design my session. Yeah. Yeah. As you know, right, there are many paths that we can go down the road, right? Just now that I coach Paul, right? I took one path. There might be 3 or 4 paths, right? That the supervisor and supervisee take together, right? just now, there may be 3 or 4 parts, but I chose this one part, yeah, to work with Paul, yeah. And that part is the I3, you see, the I3. I put emphasis on his and his client relationship, yeah, yeah, yeah. You see, I nail it down on this I3. Expand, yeah, I expand or drill down on this I3 for Paul, yeah, yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Coach Atip. Anyone have any questions? Maybe have one more before we end this session. But we can expand a little bit, 10 minutes for anyone who would like to ask Coach Atip permanently.
Any more questions?
Any more questions?
Yeah. I hope this session make all of you clear, 100% clear.
Could Annie, please?
Coach Atip.
And please, yeah.
Yeah, first of all, thank you so much for this fantastic demo. It was really enlightening. So I understand that you have a specific framework and that your level of intervention can be different with coach supervision compared to a coach role, right? If Paul was your coachee, there are maybe things you would do slightly differently. Can you try to summarize and maybe tell us if there's something else than what you have mentioned which makes a difference between coach supervision and coaching a coach?
Yeah, good point. Yeah, because coaching the coach, right? They might not observe or become aware of the psychodynamics. Yeah. Just now when I supervise Paul, right? I also become aware of this psychodynamics between me and Paul, and between Paul and his client, and between me and his client. Yeah. Actually, the relationship, the word relationship in the 7I, right? It means psychodynamic, It's not a relationship like a friend, right? Friend relationship or husband and wife or colleagues relationship, yeah. The relation or father and son, no. The relationship that they mention here, actually, right? It is the psychodynamic relationship. Yeah. Yeah. Let me give you example because someone may not get it, right? For example, the supervisor might bring their stuff with their client, their stuff that they got from their coachee. They might bring this stuff along with them into the supervision session, and they might project this onto the supervisor. Yeah, this term is called projection. Yeah, projection. Yeah, or the big term is we call a parallel process. Yeah, so yeah, this is an example of psychodynamic that can happen in the supervision session. The coach, right, bring some stuff from their coaching session into the supervision session and project their stuff onto the supervisor also. Yeah. So this, will distinguish between supervisor and mentor as well. Coach mentor. Mentor only, right? I got question from the Monday session. What's the difference between mentor, right, and supervisor? Mentor focus on one of the 3 legs. If you remember, right, one of the 3 functions. Mentor focus on the formative function, right? But supervision, we focus on 3 functions, right? Formative, normative, and restorative. Yeah, this is one distinction. Second distinction, mentor don't use the 7I model. Yeah, that I call the hero, right? The key model in supervision, right? Mentor don't use it unless they learn about it before. They might, apply it in their coaching session. I'm not sure, the 7I. And the third distinction is, like I just explained, the psychodynamics. Mentor might not become aware of this, right? Or not pay attention to the psychodynamics that happening in the session. Yeah. So 3 distinctions. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Such a
Sure.
great session. Do you have anything to add again, Annie? Is it clear for everyone? Great, great, great. Thank you very much. I also sent the link for the QR code for the CCEU and feedback in the chat. And may I share a little bit for the information? Thank you very much, everyone, to make it happen. We have 30% here learn together with the topic Coaching Supervision, Demo and Decoding with Coach Atip, Muangsuwan, and Coach Paul. Thank you very much for your dedication. And we also have 2 days labs ahead. We have on 18 and 19, 18 for the CSR activity that the Coaching Institute and school will share their showcase, their impact activity that they made into the society. Please join us on the Facebook tomorrow afternoon. And we also have the team coaching session for on 19 in the morning for English session and in the evening Thai session. Don't miss for the last 2 days for ICW this year. And then thank you our sponsor. Thank to Team Coaching by Team Coaching Thailand and Ignite Global for being our sponsor this year. And for you, we have the more activity that you can share your skills and your experience about ICF coaches so that we can expand the awareness of ICF coaches in the world, in our society together, not just only ICF Bangkok alone, but you can have the opportunity with the many activity that we design for you. Please manage, do the great podcast, and then we will post in the YouTube for you. Please connect with me. And then please, everyone, if you use the LinkedIn, you can add ICF Bangkok, connect with us in LinkedIn too. We like to expand our community, not just only in Thailand, but in global. So connect with us in LinkedIn too. And I may stop the sharing. How can I stop? Okay. Thank you very much for this one today. You all, we hope that everything
ดูไดนามิก
cover.
ดูมันจะไม่เป็นเหลี่ยม
Don't forget to register for the CCEU and feedback for art to get the CTEU certificate. And see you tomorrow, everyone. Oh,
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
thank you.
Good session.
We also short screen together.
Yes.
Okay. Almost forgot it. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you very much. See you tomorrow on Sunday. Sang, Alessandro, P. Bunyaras, everyone. Ashley, Coach Rimon, Coach Som, Coach Chiwa, Natapong, Coach Prawut, กราบสวัสดีค่ะ everyone. Thank you very much. Coach Habui, nice to meet you here. Coach Nataria, nice to meet you. Coach Natapong, nice to meet you. Coach Chiwa, nice to meet you. ขออนุญาตปิดเรคคอร์ดนะคะ